Now, we all know the Liberals are in a little bit of turmoil. And my message to Canadians is this: it doesn't matter who is leading the Liberal Party, because this is what they all believe in. We know that Mark Carbon Tax Carney is speaking to the caucus this week. He loves the carbon tax. He said it has served its purpose. Well, if by that he means he likes the fact that Canadians can no longer afford to fill their fridges and put food on the table, then he has to explain that to Canadians. Every single Liberal cabinet minister, every single Liberal MP voted time and time again to raise the carbon tax, to borrow billions more, to keep pushing inflation and keeping it high, and interest rates along with it. It doesn't matter what kind of paint they slap on the Liberal brand or who they're speculating might lead them into the next election. Liberal policies, 9 years of Liberal policies have done this. Mark Carney won't change that direction. Any other Liberal cabinet minister or MP won't change that direction. They all agree with it. They all support those high tax, high spending, high borrowing, inflationary policies. They all support the same policies that unleashed crime and chaos and hard drugs as well. Let's take a look at the Liberal Party and their unexplainable devotion to the idea of providing hard drugs to people who are suffering from addiction. They all support that. They voted time and time again to do it. They supported their government's implementation of a plan that legalized the use of hard drugs in public places like playgrounds and bus stops and even in hospitals, to the point where one union told their nurses that they should avoid breastfeeding if they've been walking through rooms where people have been consuming hard drugs in hospitals. This is 9 years of Liberal policy, and Canadians can only expect more of the same. Justin Trudeau hasn't changed course. The Liberal Party hasn't changed course. Mark Carney isn't promising to change course. All they're talking about is doubling down on the same failed policies that caused all this heartache to Canadians in the first place.
Are you worried about Justin Trudeau quitting and having to face somebody else?
It looks like Mark Carney is going to be appointed as a special advisor to the Liberal leader. I wonder what you think of that.
I believe that is just a smoke and mirrors gimmick. At the end of the day, Mark Carbon Tax Carney loves the same policies that Justin Trudeau has imposed on Canadians. They're basically the same people. Out-of-touch elites that believe that they know better than hardworking Canadians. They believe they know better how to spend your money, the hardworking paychecks that Canadians earn every week. They believe that the carbon tax should be increased. They believe that that criminals should be given preference over law-abiding and honest Canadians. They are basically the same person, and the results won't change in the next. The results for Canadians will not change.
Are the Conservatives worried that Justin Trudeau is going to quit? Because you're trying to frame them all as the same picture, but Canadians are angry at Justin Trudeau. He's pulling behind his party. Are you worried that you won't have the same competitive advantage if he switches leaders?
Well, let's take a look at why Canadians are angry. They're angry because of the policies causing so much harm. They're angry because every time they go in the grocery store, prices are up again. They're angry because when they go to renew their mortgage, they're looking at 2 or 3 times the payment that they had just a few years ago. That's why they're angry. So it doesn't matter who the leader of the party is. It's the policies that have caused the hardship, and that won't change after this retreat. It won't change after this fall session. As long as the Liberals are in power, life will continue to get worse for Canadians.
A follow-up on the Carney question. We'll do one and a follow.
No. David, we got 3 questions.
One and a follow. Are we in one and a follow?
You guys want to take a minute to...
follow on Carney. Here's the follow on Carney. Is this. Jim Flaherty, Mark Carney, Stephen Harper were like this. They worked closely together to save us in the 08-09 recession. Why wouldn't a guy like Mark Carney be an asset to any prime minister?
Just look at what Mark Carney has said on the carbon tax. He says it's served its purpose. He loves it. He loves the same policies. He loves the same policies that use taxpayer-funded drugs, take taxpayers' money to fund drugs going to our communities. There are reports out of many police associations across the country, police forces across the country, saying they're finding government-produced, government-distributed hard drugs in the community. They're seizing them. So Justin Trudeau's drug policy is causing the drug crisis. Mark Carney supports that. Mark Carney supports all of these extreme policies that have caused so much hardship on Canadians.
Do the Conservatives support prorogation? Do you support prorogation, sir? Can you clarify your party's position? Would you support prorogation if the Liberals do it?
Well, first of all, that is a decision just for Justin Trudeau to make. He'll have to explain to Canadians why he wants another week of summer vacation. He'll have to explain to Canadians why, as they've been working hard all summer and working hard in the fall, why he's not going to. But again, at the end of the day, as long as the Liberals are in power, they are all offering the same thing. They are all offering the same policies. No one's talking about undoing the damage. And that's a point I just want to reinforce. It's not that this government has failed to respond to external threats properly. It's that they have caused the problems facing Canadians. They've caused the inflation crisis with their massive money printing and borrowing. They've caused the cost of living crisis with their carbon tax that keeps going up. They've caused the crime and chaos crisis by releasing dangerous offenders, often the very same day that they're arrested in the first place. So all of these problems facing Canadians will not go away as long as the Liberal Party is in power, and only a common sense Conservative government led by Pierre Poilievre will axe the tax, fix the budget, build the homes, and stop the crime so that Canadians can have a high quality of living.
Thank you.
Thanks very much,
Thank you.
everyone. Merci beaucoup.